Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 124. What it do?
What's up? What's going on, Slackers out there? How y'all feeling?
I hope they're feeling as good as I am. Definitely on this. We already got Unk in the building too. What's up, Unk? What's up, Unk? Appreciate you being with us.
Always.
And yeah, it's that time again. It's another beautiful Tuesday and a whole lot of things to talk about in the world of sports, as always. But before we get to that, want to do a quick check-in. How are you feeling, Strizzy?
Man, I'm feeling really good, man. Happy, we'll talk about it for sure, but happy for your dogs last night, man. Saying that was a huge victory. We'll talk about that later on. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really good. The beautiful day today, too, here, man. Beautiful day today.
Yeah, the weather is good. It's kind of warming back up during the day, you know what I'm saying, but still getting that nice cold at night. So that's what's up. Unk also says, way to go, Georgia. Yes, go dogs for sure. We'll definitely talk about that a lot. But before we get into it, before we make it official, just want to say thank you again for everybody being here with us. We appreciate your time and we love being here and be able to talk sports with you guys. We appreciate y'all being part of the show. We got y'all checking in. Just don't be afraid to comment, like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We love that engagement. And yeah, we'll be here for about an hour, hit all the topics, and that's about it. Any other disclaimers you want to do before we get straight to it?
All right, absolutely not, man. Let's get it rolling.
All right, let's get it. All right, now it's official. Say Like a Champ, episode 124. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy back in the building. What's going on, everybody?
Before we go too much further, I got to do it real quick. Got to put the hat on, you know what I'm saying? The Lucky Georgia hat been with me a long time, through thick and thin. And finally, last night we saw a championship together. It was so dope, you know what I'm saying? Definitely got to welcome in all the Slackers and a few, you know what I'm saying, that were definitely keen into the game last night. We got moms in the building. Great day. Anthony Weston, what's good? The other A-Dub, Kelly in the building, still so elated. Grace is here. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us. And then Pops, Georgia Bulldogs are the national champions of the college football world. Let's go. Oh, man. It was a great night last night. And, we'll talk about it more in other sports. We'll talk about the game. But I do have to just say, so exciting, so much stress, anxiety, you know what I'm saying, going into watching these games, you know what I'm saying, watching all the games. And also Georgia's a big thing just for my family and everything like that. So it meant a lot, you know what I'm saying, last night to get it done, and especially against Alabama, I will say, you know what I'm saying, we didn't really want it any other way. Definitely sucks that Jamison Williams got hurt. Definitely don't want to see any injuries or anything like that. But, man, was just so happy to get the job done. So that's what that is, you know what I'm saying. But before we got into our topics, I definitely had to talk about the dogs, you know what I'm saying. That just meant
man. That's a big congrats, man.
Yeah. So it was dope. And so many people too. I do want to thank everybody out there. So many people reaching out to me and stuff like that, knowing how I've been writing for the dogs and stuff like that. So that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a night to be remembered. So all right. Let's go ahead and get into it though. I do want to say shout out to our brother Marcus. He may join us later, but he's definitely holding down some family business. So salute to him as always. That's our brother. We always want to thank him for all of his support too and helping us make the show pop. So with that being said, we got Aunt Michelle in the building. So happy. Thank you for being here. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? She lived in Athens for very many years, you know what I'm saying, and helped contribute to my fanhood. Definitely gave me a place to stay lots of times on the road for games and things like that. So that's what's up. Glad that you're here with us. Definitely, and thank you for that. All right. Let's go ahead and get it popping. Let's get into our first topic of the day.
What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL Talk. Let's get it.
All right, NFL Talk. So it was a crazy week in the NFL, that's for sure. The first ever Week 18, they extended the week, the regular season to an extra game, and they had so many divisional games set up for this final one. A lot of things decided, some surprising outcomes. So we're going to look at the scoreboard first for Week 18 before we kind of give a preview of the playoffs. And first and foremost, I think the biggest one was the Colts losing to the lowly Jaguars. The Colts just needed to win to get in, and they got absolutely smacked down by the Jaguars. Strizzy, what happened with that?
Dude, it's funny, man. Sometimes like even when it comes to just like watching football and sports betting and all this other stuff, you see all the things that like, the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville in 5 years, 5 seasons, and it's like, how? Because they've sucked for 5 seasons. You know what I mean? It's like, and you bet on the Colts because like there's no way they lose this game with everything riding on it. The Jags are horrible, and sure enough, man, I just feel like they went in there with that mentality of like, we haven't lost here or we haven't won here in 5 years, and laid a goose egg almost. So I don't know what happened, but that's all bad, bro. Like there's no way they lose to this team. Like I'm still shocked. I'm shook.
Yeah, me too. And Colts fans everywhere had to be really upset about that result. But I do have to give a little bit of the credit for the Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? Their coach got fired several weeks ago, and they were just a bad team going for the number 1 pick and all that. But they didn't lay down. They still continue to play hard. So got to give credit, and that's a division opponent. You know what I'm saying? They love spoiling that. So
for definitely.
So Colts out of the playoffs. Another team that was in the win and get in situation, the Chargers Raiders. That was actually the Sunday night, the finale, and an incredible game. You know what I'm saying? The Chargers were down early, but they came back down 2 scores and came back, to force the overtime. And in the final seconds of overtime, the Raiders kicked the field goal for the win. I definitely got to say that's crazy too. Just because there was a situation where if they tied, they would both get in and the Steelers wouldn't make it. So that's a crazy game, but I want to hear from Trevor. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear from the Chargers fans for sure. It's like, what happened in this game? Another team where when they play well, they look like they're unstoppable, but they're just not consistent. So
for sure. The funny thing about it is, man, when I heard them talking a little bit, at the end of the game, no one was calling timeouts, right? They were just going to let it roll. And I think the Raiders themselves were going to actually let the clock run out, and they were going to let this game tie. But the Chargers coach called a timeout at the end of it. So after that, I guess after that, the Raiders were like, all right, well, if you're going to call a timeout on the clock, then we're going to go for this field goal and win it.
Right.
So it's like they'll probably never admit that that's what they were trying to do, but from the interviews and what they said, it sounded like they were going to actually legit let the clock run out and go in there and tie. But coach kind of put his foot in his mouth, you know what I mean, by calling that timeout. So
for sure. And at that point, the Raiders, I mean, they're like, well, if we miss the field goal, we tie, we get in. If we make it, we win, So at that point, they had nothing to lose. But that is just crazy.
But it's also better for them too. You think about it. If they would have kicked that field goal, they got to play Kansas City. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So they were like, nah, we're cool off that. Let's get this dub, get the 7th seed.
And why not always try to win? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you're going against a division rival, right? It's like you want to spoil it for them. You know what I'm saying? And keep that rivalry strong. No friends in these leagues. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Another surprising result I wanted to talk about, the Lions beating the Packers. I mean, I guess it's sort of surprising just the way the game went, but also, the Packers were resting a lot of people, but I still didn't think that. I want to take hats off to Dan Campbell for the season he put together, even though they're terrible. Still not the worst team in the league, for sure. But shout out to the Lions going down fighting. Speaking of going down fighting, the Dolphins, they beat the Patriots, so they're not making it into the playoffs, but they go out on a win. And then the next day, the Dolphins decide to fire Brian Flores even though he's 4-2 against Bill Belichick and basically 24-25 in these first 3 seasons, really building something there. I was surprised by that. I know you were. What do you think about Flores and his future now?
Dude, in the last 2 seasons, they've won 19 games. The last 19 games won the last 2 seasons, man. They're finally putting it together. But I told you, dude, in the words of our beloved Pops Marvelous Marvin, man, horrible decision. Like, absolutely horrendous, man. Brian Flores, I was laughing. I was like, Panthers. I was like, this dude is out here by himself, lonely in the cold, jobless. Like, go get this man. Like,
right.
I can't believe they fired him after the last 2 seasons that he's had. It was, I don't know. I think they had to choose between him and Tua, and I think they chose Tua. I think Flores really I don't think he sold on him, and I agree with that. And I think they chose Tua and decided to let Flores go, and I think they're going to regret it.
That's a great point. That's a great point because the owner even came out and said that he expects the next coach to work with Tua as well. So right. I think that was something kind of behind the scenes. It's like the defense is nasty. Mm-hmm. If they just had like a veteran quarterback, or if they would have went for Watson, I mean, like imagine that on that team. So Unk says Brian Flores would be a good fit in Seattle. I think that'd be pretty dope. I think the Broncos, they're looking for a coach right away.
I think that's where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the best situation to me right now. Like right now, I don't know who else is going to lose their job, but I think that's the best situation for him right now.
Yeah, and I think the Dolphins, it'll be very interesting to see who they hire next because, I mean, I don't want to be, too much. Like, I love Mike Tomlin. That's my boy. But Brian Flores kind of, to me, is like a young Mike Tomlin,
Right.
Obviously, he's had losing seasons and things like that. But he's like an up-and-coming coach, but on the defensive side, he's not like this Sean McVay thing, but still like young, hungry, creative. I like that, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see where he lands for sure.
Yeah, I'm really curious because I'm really curious too about the whole Watson thing. Watson has now settled 18 of 22 of his at least 18 of 22 of his civil suits or whatever it was. So he's trying to get that all fixated so he can get back into the league or playing again. And I'm curious if Watson's number 1 spot to land in Miami was because of Flores or just because of it being Miami. So who knows, man? Flores might take another stab at grabbing him from Texas if that's the case. So, man, could you imagine how good the Broncos would be if him and Watson ended up being there? Like, got the defense already wrapped up. You've got some solid talent at wide receiver, just no quarterbacks really throwing to him.
Right.
It'd be pretty insane.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Unk says Watson should go play in Carolina. I know you would love that, Strizzy.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that the quarterback carousel is going to be open again for sure. So, and I think he will land somewhere. And then the coaching carousel again, Fangio being fired. Also, the Minnesota Vikings fired Zimmer. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But yeah, a lot to be known. We're going to bring in one more guest to the panel real quick. We got our boy Mad Marcus here. What's good, brother?
What up, fam?
What's up? Sorry for the tardiness, man.
Are you good?
No, you're good. We're just going over the scoreboard real quick, the last week of the season. Is there anything you wanted to touch on real quick? And then we were going to talk about the pick'em winner and the playoff schedule and stuff like that.
No, I'm late, so let's you guys can keep going. I can follow in.
Okay. All right. Really only last ones to mention. The Titans won to wrap up the division or the AFC spot, even though the Texans kind of hung in there. The Chiefs, they handled their business on Saturday, but that was kind of an interesting game with the Broncos. That was very exciting. Unk says he didn't expect the Cowboys to score like they did. Cowboys definitely got their offense rolling a little bit. The Eagles weren't, totally healthy, but I love what they built going into the playoffs. And we'll talk about them soon.
What do you think? Because it wasn't against the Eagles, it was against the JV team. So I don't know if you feel too good about that because them guys didn't want to play. So I don't know. We'll see. But I'm happy who we playing against, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I was just real quick too before we kind of move on a little bit. Anthony Weston had mentioned he's going to be enemy favorite for the Vikings job. I kind of want to ask y'all, if you're the enemy, do you leave them for a head coaching job or ask for more money as an OC?
So he get more money as an OC?
Yeah, because they don't want to lose him. Let's keep it a buck. Like, they don't want to lose the enemy.
Nah, but I'm out of there because I think this is their last year, but this might be the last year they're gonna be like like they are. So why not be a head coach, be over a team like that, so get that experience. So I'm out after this year.
I would kind of agree. I would want to go for the head coaching opportunity and see. Me personally, I'm not sure if Bieniemy is going to be a great head coach. You know what I'm saying? He's probably been protected as an offensive coordinator under Andy Reid because Andy Reid's like so hands on with the offense, anyways.
Yeah.
But
you get you a good defensive coordinator over there. You just call a play like some people do. Because you got some coaches that's good offensive coordinators. They get covered up by other people. So he might go into a situation, might do this the same way, cover him up a little bit. He just do the offense. So
just build you a good coaching staff.
But I'm curious too because the reason why I asked the question though is because Andy Reid's like 63, 64. I don't think he's going to be coaching for too much longer anyway. And who better to inherit that job than himself? Yeah, like who better to inherit that head coaching job than Bieniemy? So that's kind of what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hang out for a little bit.
That would be tight though. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be comfortable, kind of stepping up in the same place. You know what I'm saying? But I like a fresh start too. We'll see. But I think he's going to get his chance.
Yeah, I was watching the game too. I forgot who team he was on, but I didn't know Lovie Smith was back coaching. I seen him on the sideline coaching, like he had a little beard and everything. Oh. I don't know if it was maybe was it the Bears? Well, I know Anthony might know who it is, but I seen Lovie Smith. But I know he was back in the NFL coaching again.
Yeah, me neither.
That's what's up. It's always cool to see the guys that surface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially like even like D'Amico Ryans, he's like a defensive coordinator somewhere now. Was a dope linebacker, so that's cool to see. I forgot about this though, moms. We didn't mention this one. Rams frustrated her. That was a weird game. The Rams jumped out early on the 49ers. The 49ers needed to win to get in, came back and tied it, and then went into overtime and won it. The 49ers, they impressed me with what they do, especially with Deebo Samuel. That dude's just a monster. Yeah. But the Rams, what is this trend now of like these picks and just falling apart?
Yeah, man.
But I think when you play sports, I think it's hard when you in, you kind of clinch because they know the sound like they had already won the division. So it's kind of like I don't know. I think those teams don't come out with the firepower with knowing you already won. Knowing you already in. Even with the Cowboys when we play against the Cardinals. We already know we won the division. We were in the playoffs. It was like it was nothing to fight for no more. It just it's kind of early. So I think it's one of those things. I think the Rams gonna be fine in playoffs. I think they're gonna beat the Cardinals and get on a roll. So it just depends on it's 0-0 when you get in the playoffs. So I think that'll be fine though.
Yeah,
I think you got to be careful too, though, because like you want to go in with a different mindset, kind of on a roll. You know what I mean? Like it's not just this game, but Matthew Stafford's been throwing a lot of picks just in general these last 3-4 weeks. So I think you got to limit those turnovers because you don't want to go in. And not only that, the Cardinals play way better away than they do at home. So you know what I mean? Like they do got home field advantage, but Cardinals might as well have home field advantage because they play so much better away than they do at home. So I feel like if you're playing in Arizona, I'm feeling better about playing the Cardinals at home. They dropped the last 4 or 5 at home, something like that. The last 5 straight.
Yeah, like I still don't see the Rams losing to the Cardinals though.
I don't think so either.
If they had Hawk, maybe he had a little rhythm, then maybe but they don't have enough firepower. And you got Jalen Smith. He showed this year he's the best cornerback. So him locking up AJ Green, they'll be all right.
Right. I agree. I think Cardinals are out first round too, but they keep making them same mistakes over and over and over again. They're gonna make it harder for themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
and the Cardinals, they don't have their cornerbacks either, right? Are they injured still? Or are they going?
I think they're injured still. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'll be all right. I think Steph will be okay.
Yeah.
Comment section is going in. I like that. Anthony Weston was talking about Chiefs will bring back Nagy as the coordinator. And Bob says why Nagy's awful. Kelly also said, though, she said, that's why I like college. You got to play every game. And that's very true. In college, you can't really mess around. One loss on your schedule, and that kind of messes up your whole season. So that's true. Lovie Smith is in Houston, by the way. Pops loves his beard. He says it's awesome.
It looked different. It looked real different. So I was like, is that Lovie? Like, it is him. So I always like Lovie Smith, though. Soft spoken guy, he was always cool.
For sure. Mad respect for him. All right, let's jump over real quick to the playoff topic, and we're going to run through these games real quick and just talk a little bit about it. We do got to give a shout out to Sofa King, though, winning week 8, aka Sofa King, aka Grace. Great job. We in week 18. So that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Snuck in there with that last second victory last week of the regular season.
Why not?
So Super Bowl square coming your way. So that's what's up. And then the regular season, somehow I held on and I actually won the regular season. So that's what's up. But we are gonna keep this thing going into the playoffs.
Can we get another vote? Can we get some another?
You
control that? Can we get a recount of that? You
know? You're welcome to count them up.
Nah.
But I thought it was fun though, but I actually almost messed up though because I missed my picks this week. I missed the first couple picks.
I missed all of them. That's my fault too.
Yeah. I think that we did that. We each did that a couple times this year, so we got to do better. We got to do better on that one for sure.
Last year we sent each other reminders, but this year we were like, you don't fit on your own. We ain't saying nothing to each other. Because I went the first 2 weeks and they ain't tell me nothing. Like,
last year was more. This year was more cutthroat, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny though. But all right, so this is what the playoffs look like. We got the Chiefs and the Steelers, which is a bad matchup for the Steelers. That's basically almost like a bye week for the
Steelers. They put up what 3 points the last time they played or something like that. Like
yeah.
They probably do the same thing.
That is a rematch. They beat them 36-10, I think it was in that first one. Then you got the Patriots and the Bills, another rematch. This is the trilogy basically. Each of those teams won on the road. Actually, the home team lost in the previous 2 matchups. So I kind of like that though. What do you guys think about that one? Do you think the Bills got it or?
Yeah, they definitely got this.
I think so too. I think it was too close the first time. I think they really kind of gave it to him the second time. And I just don't think Mac Jones is there yet. If they have to rely on Mac, it's not going to happen.
Their defense is not. Their defense, and I don't think is going to be enough either. So you got to go to Buffalo again. I think you can't do a game where you run the whole game and only throw it 2 times and win again. That's like
right. The weather helped them so much in that.
It really did. It really did.
And I think well, they shouldn't do this, but I think they're gonna do it anyway. They're gonna run the quarterback a lot, which I wouldn't do in the playoffs. But I think he's gonna probably run over them. So
that's like their best offense though. When they run with him,
when he's moving. I do agree though with Anthony. It's because it's Bill Belichick. You still can't take them lightly because they will sneak up on you and somehow get you by a field goal. You know what I'm saying? Like the Patriots have been putting up some points this year. So you got it.
But the Bills they're a better team though.
No, you know what I'm saying? Talking to the choir, you know what I'm saying? But
it's White.
Just can't take him lightly. Is what I'm saying.
Is White? Was he out for the season? The cornerback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which really, really hurts.
Yeah. It hurt them from going to the Super Bowl, I think. So.
Pop says real quick, in the Steelers, Kansas City, the Steelers probably be their last game. But Pop says if Ben retires, let's hope he doesn't go back to his old habits. Unc says Ben should have retired 5 years ago.
You know what that means. You know what that means.
I know exactly what it means.
Maybe we hope he do so you get some justice. Shoot.
This time around it would be different for sure, but it is funny how there certain players, you know what I'm saying, every time you hear their name, you hear some of their baggage, and other players, it goes away. So
how could you forget?
But the Raiders Bengals, this is another rematch. Like almost all of these games are rematches, except for one. Except for the Cowboys. But this is a rematch. Bengals beat them down 32-13, but this was kind of a different Raiders team. They're kind of on a roll. What do you guys think, though? Do the Raiders have a chance in this one?
It's gonna be another beatdown. Jamar Chase gonna kill them. They have no answer for him. So,
yeah, I feel that. I do think that the Bengals, they're looking to kind of get the momentum and build a little run. It'd be very interesting to see how far that they can take this, but definitely that Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow thing got something going. So,
and we forget about Joe Mixon too. I think this could,
and they both sat out this past week too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I think, like I said, and the playoffs are different too. The playoff slow down is about running the ball a little bit. They won't throw it as much as they have to. But if Joe Mixon get going, they could have play action for Jamar Chase. So I just think they're another that's a better team. I think they're gonna win.
Yeah. Anthony West says Bengals haven't won a playoff game since 1990. They're due. That's for sure. And then the Titans await whoever is the lowest seed on the AFC side, so it'll kind of change up. It's not exactly bracket style, so we'll see who their opponent is depending on the results. And then on the NFC side, we got Green Bay with the bye. We got Eagles Bucks. This is kind of an interesting game, but I think the Bucks should handle business at home. What do you guys think about that? The Bucks beat them 28-22 back in Week 6, long time ago. So
I don't know, man. Like, you don't have Godwin, you don't have AB this time, so I don't know. Like I said, the game it slows down, so it's a different difference. So they can run the ball, and the defense can do a little something, put some pressure on Tom. You never know, man. I pick the Bucks to win, but you just never know on that one, though.
No, I mean, I will admit that the Bucks have been looking kind of shaky. You know what I'm saying? These last few weeks, and the Eagles, like you said, it slows down. Hurts has been playing better, not turning the ball over. So yeah, that'll be an interesting game.
We're still gave them trouble last year.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, my fault too. I was just saying, like, he's not turning the ball over and he's throwing it better. Like, last couple of games he's put up like over 300 yards passing, and it's kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? If they're running the ball well and he's throwing for 300 and some multiple touchdowns, they're not a bad team. But I am with you though. The Bucks have looked a little shaky, the last couple of weeks. Minus this past week, but they play the Panthers, so I don't count.
And if the Eagles win that game, I don't know what Tom doing either, man. You never know.
You think he could dip out again?
No, he might be done. Like, because next year, I think to me the team's gonna get better. I think Rams, Cardinals, Cowboys, San Francisco, they get better. So I just think like you're not gonna have because Godwin's gonna be off for a while too. He got hurt at the end of the season, so unless you get somebody over there to help you out. So it just depends what. Cause this year makes sense. You defend your title, but next year you got beat by the Eagles, and then your head coach did some stuff that he shouldn't have did this year. It's just like I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll see. I think he said he wanted to keep playing though for a while. I think he kind of wants to push it more, but I don't know.
This man threw 45 touchdowns. This man's wild.
So we'll talk about that actually later. You probably talked about that already because him and Aaron Rodgers did it great this year. So I don't know who gets that title this year.
True. Yeah, we'll talk about that real quick at the end. Yeah. This matchup though, the 49ers at the Cowboys. This will be a dope one. I think this is going to be a good game, but I think that the Cowboys should smack them down. The defense is going to handle business. I'm just really hoping that Tony Pollard is healthy so that we can get our running game a little bit stronger.
He's key, but Zeke been running good. But like you said, you needed one explosive play. I think Zeke he runs for the first downs and stuff like that. He don't run for the get like a big yardage. But I don't know. I think the defense. I think I'm just worried about that. I'm 30, man. I'm not gonna say his name. He's not worthy, but I'm just worried about him, man. I'm just because I don't know. We'll see. And hopefully Diggs don't double move stuff. That should be all out your head by now. Like they gonna do that to you. So don't go for that with because he's gonna be on Debo. So don't do that. And then we're gonna have I think Mitchell number 15 gonna be on number 30. So hopefully. He don't get killed. I saw something I don't worry about. D-line, linebackers, I'm fine with that. But it just that weak link, man, that could kill you. So
hopefully it won't come down to that though. And I do think
if we score enough points. Hope we just come out scoring points, man. So we'll see with that.
Right. That's what I'm hoping for. But it is kind of cool though to see the 49ers and the Cowboys in the playoffs again.
It is. I was just going to say that. This is a good matchup.
That's what we grew up on. It's like this is what it's supposed to be like, So
yeah.
I like that.
Two of the bigger franchises for real going at it. I think that game too will really come down to like how Jimmy G plays too. Like Jimmy G for the 49ers have to play well, I think, to keep up. You know what I mean? Can't turn the ball over, can't start off slow. Otherwise,
I don't know. The D-line's getting to him.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll be okay because they can do a lot of options like the sweep and everything with Debo. Then you got the fullback. Is it Nuchek or what's his name?
Nuchek.
Yeah, he could be those little drop passes to him. So I don't think you can put pressure in the defense. If they come to play like they line, I don't think they'll be on. I think they'll cover them up a little bit. I think our quarterback has to play well. I think he has to do his thing. But Garoppolo, the way we're on the offense, they're gonna run the ball a lot. They're not gonna throw the ball. So I don't think he'll be in it. I don't think they'll put it in his hands. So they'll run the ball a lot of sweep trick plays like that. So I think they'll hide him a little bit this matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They'll definitely have some schemes, and they are a well-coached team. So I'm looking forward to that game. That's going to be a great game. And then last up of the week, the Rams and the Cardinals. Sorry, the Cardinals traveling to the Rams. Another rematch, another division matchup in the playoffs, and another situation where the road team won both of the games so far this year, and they split. So we'll see. I'm going with the Rams in this one, though. I do think that they're – I don't know, though. I just think there's so much pressure on Matthew Stafford. If they do like a first-round exit, that would just be awful.
True. I don't know. It's funny, man. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on both. You know what I mean?
True.
Kyler and Kingsbury. Like I think there's a lot more pressure on Kingsbury to get out to get out that first round. I think than anything. But I think you're right though. I think Stafford. They brought him over. They got Von Miller. They got the other receiver and Odell Beckham Jr. Like. He's got all the weapons he needs in order to do this, but like again, the mistakes, the picks, he's got to take those down, man. You don't want to give the Kyler Murray too many opportunities to come back and beat you.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's also interesting though too that both of these teams had a chance to improve their playoff picture basically, and both of them lost. Like the Rams needed to win to clinch the division. And then the Cardinals, needed to win to clinch the division should the Rams have lost, and they both lost.
Exactly.
So it's interesting to see that they both had things to play for and both came out kind of flat in that last week. So both of them looking to kind of turn things around. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But that stadium is really dope so far, but it hasn't really proven to be like a home field advantage for the Rams, honestly, yet.
For sure.
So it'll be interesting. We'll be all over the coverage for this, and then we'll actually do a Secure the Bag this week on Friday probably again. What do you think? Friday works for you, Strizzy?
Yeah, Friday probably works better for me, honestly.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll come back on Friday, and we'll kind of break these down again and kind of give our picks against the spread. I think we should just go against the spread for all the games, too, this time.
Oh, for sure.
Picks, so
no, for sure.
We're gonna do that. That'll be dope.
It's gonna be close too, man. A lot of these games are closer than you think, so I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah. And we were gonna talk. Marcus had to step away, but we were gonna talk MVP, which we have plenty of time to talk about that. That won't be announced until probably like the division championships or something like that. So another like 3 weeks or something like that. So definitely gonna be interesting to see who wins the offseason awards, Rookie of the Year and Offensive Rookie of the Year and all that stuff. So.
Definitely.
We'll be watching for that, but I think that's going to conclude our NFL talk for today. I know we went kind of long on it, but there was a lot to talk about, wrap up from last week, and then to kind of get into to set the table for this week. So
definitely,
that's what it is, though. And let's go ahead and get to our next topic. We'll breeze through these last couple. All right, NBA talk. This is like nothing serious going on for NBA, but there were a couple players that returned that we definitely wanted to talk about. And then I also kind of threw up the All-Star voting up there. It's probably kind of hard to read depending on what size screen you're watching. So I do apologize for that, but I just wanted to kind of see the All-Star thing and kind of talk about that. But we had the return this week of Kyrie Irving and also Klay Thompson. And I wanted to, kind of find out how the Slackers felt about it, but also Strizzy, hear your opinions on the comebacks.
The comebacks. It's cool when you have these guys, back, right? For me, Klay more specifically, it was emotional for me watching him come back. You know what I mean? Like just everything that's gone over the last 2 years, ACL and Achilles, like, dude, that's gotta kill a player. You know what I mean? Especially someone like him who uses his legs so much and to shoot and to come out screens and all that fun stuff. So seeing it come back, seeing all the players wearing Klay jerseys, like I think that was really, really huge. You know what I mean? And just huge. Trying to come back for a victory too. Kyrie, obviously, like I think they won one, lost one since he's been back. And I like that he's back. The NBA is better when Kyrie Irving is playing. I just don't like the backtrack the Nets did. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the backtrack because I think that they were right in the first place to basically say if you're not vaccinated, you're just not going to play. But again, it's better when he's playing. I know. KD's happy he's back. All that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, man, I think Brooklyn Nets want to throw a couple games. I think they're better off in the playoffs with like the 5th seed than they are the 2nd or 3rd. You know what I mean? Get Kyrie in 4 of those games instead of 3 of them. So we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out.
Marcus, what did you think about Kyrie's return and also Clay's return? Did you get to watch them this week?
Yeah, it's weird because I'm not a big Warriors fan. I always hate on them a little bit, but I watched it from him walking to the stadium until he got up. It was kind of cool how they did his little he's back, and he had the look on his face. It was kind of, I like that. Kind of gave you the chills on it because he's a good dude. You know, he's one of the best shooters too. So he's a good guy. So it was good to see him come back and get some little points in. So he looks good though, man. So they dangerous now. You know, with him back and him getting his win and stuff back, but. It's cool. And Kyrie, just wait a couple of weeks. He'll be playing in Brooklyn too soon. So I ain't worried about that. They're going to be dangerous too. So I still picked them to come out of the East.
I don't know. I will see. I do want to see how they all play together, though. It is dope to have Kyrie back, and we'll see if he's going to be back for both. I kind of agree with the Strizzy. Like the backtrack thing is kind of weird, but we'll see. As far as Clay, I was definitely excited to see Clay come back as well, and I'm just excited to get him some games under him. You know, I feel like there was a lot of pressure. He was kind of like all of a sudden he was like thinking he was gonna have to go off for 30 or something. It's like just slow yourself down. It's gonna be all good. But you can already see the impact though when him and Steph are out there together, to where it's like now defenders really have to be like, well, I can't go to Steph, or if I chase Steph off the screen, then Clay's wide open. So it definitely does open up the court a lot.
It definitely changes things. So.
And it was kind of I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, and I think it's you're gonna get Clay back. He's gonna get his feet from under him and all that other fun stuff. But then you gotta remember, I think Poole and we'll call him the Mitten. You know what I'm saying? Like them coming back too. Like they're gonna their roles are gonna change. But I think once they figure it out, it's only gonna make them stronger. You know what I mean?
Make your bench deeper now. That's
exactly. And you remember the Warriors 5 years ago, like that was their biggest weapon. It's like they were so loaded. Their starters were great. Their bench was crazy. So I think that's going to kind of bring them back to the Warriors that everybody couldn't stand playing these last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. And they're going to be fun to watch. The West is always interesting and always tough, but it looks like they might be that best team out there.
So is it the first 5 that gets in on the ballots here? Or first
I think it's the first 5 that get in automatically with the fan vote, and then after that it's the coaches vote, I think.
Yeah,
that's crazy how Clay he got so many votes. It's like, dang, he ain't played yet, but
yeah, exactly. And it's such a popularity contest. But I always like to throw it up here to see to the youngsters that show up, and see how high they are. Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, those type of players. To see kind of like where the youth is at, and who their favorite players are right now.
Because even Darius Garland, he's been playing lights out, but I don't think he's gonna make it because you can't take off LaMelo Ball or Trae Young, because they better than him. So that's the only thing with that. I think if LaMelo Ball wasn't playing as good, he could probably take his spot, but he got the pepper out and he's playing well, so I think he won't make it.
Right. It'll be interesting to see John Morant in there. I don't think he's made an All-Star game yet. Has he?
No, he's definitely making this one.
Yeah. And as Anthony West said, he's jumping out of the building. He definitely is a beast. He had that little two-handed block against the Lakers the other night. That was crazy,
man. And we forget how maybe a month ago, the Memphis Grizzlies was booing him a little bit, like he ain't got it no more. And all of a sudden, he just
got hot.
They forget that was his first game back there.
Yeah,
it was get this man. Give this man a game.
Fans are so back and forth though, so fair weather, so fast. So
yeah. That's what kind of tripped me out too. The Knicks when they were booing them and and Randall.
That's different though. I think the Knicks and the Sixers they can do that, because they can do that. But the Grizzlies, calm down.
For sure. For me though, I'm like, man, don't rebet what you said. You know what I'm saying?
And they forget fast because he's playing great right now. So I'm like, man, because he was still hurt. So
yeah. I put Lance Stevenson on here just to be funny, but I did want to say he's actually hooping right now, and it would be dope if he made the All-Star game somehow. Like I want to start vote a hashtag. Like
it's not happening. It's not happening. I've been telling people too. it's a reason why some of these players they got to pull out the league. It's a reason why. Like you can play 2 or 3 good games, but the real you gonna come out again. You gonna be like you'll be out of here. So it's a reason why I like Stevenson, but I don't think it'll last that much. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If he was on like a contender like the Warriors, something like that, or like a good team, I think he can do something like that. But the Pacers, they gonna probably need a lot of them, and then I don't know how long it'll last. That's all. But I like him though.
I feel you though. It's just so funny though. I just like certain things are funny to see. He's one of those characters.
And make him dance is when he was with Lakers, right? That's when he played with the Lakers. That's
well, before when he was with the Pacers a little bit too when they started.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah. And the air guitar, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I thought he did it when he was with the Lakers, but okay, gotcha. And then blowing people's ears and stuff like that, you know. That's
still like inexplicable.
The biggest meme.
Yeah,
that's when memes really start going forth, man. Yeah.
And they were feeling themselves. They thought they had like a little something on LeBron in that series, but it didn't work out. All right, but that's pretty much NBA talk. You know, there wasn't anything too crazy, but I did want to talk about the fact that the trade deadline is coming up February 10th. I know that seems a little far off, but that's going to be here pretty quick. And there's still a lot of players to be shifted. There's still a lot of moves to be made. So we're going to know really soon kind of what the playoff picture will look like more and what the teams are kind of gearing up for.
Did you see the tweet about Kuzma?
No.
So they were saying about trading Ben Simmons and what's my Harris. Guys Harris. Tobias Harris. It was like he was like how you gonna do that? That's like way too much money. But you put like 80 MS like there's no way somebody gonna pick up both of them. Like there's no way. Like that's not gonna happen.
How you gonna move ADMs? I was weak. I was dying.
That's crazy. Like, there would be there. I mean, unless it was like a 4 or 5 team trade, I don't think anybody could take that.
There's no way. It's no way. Like that's crazy. so you think Ben be traded this year? Like he'll play somewhere else this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think they got to get him out of there and at least let this man start getting his money.
Man, he's losing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited to see him though because he's just a cool player. Like I really like watching him play. The way he plays, he hustles hard.
Hey Pops,
he's just wasting talent.
Hey Pops, do you suspend the Sixers for this year and you go for a team that Ben Simmons going to this year? You going to support him? And I know you're a Sixers fan for life, but do you get they on probation for a year and you go with Ben Simmons? How that's gonna work?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Let's see if he caught that. Yeah. Is he going to go with the other team, or is he going to stick with the Sixers? I think personally, I would say I think he's going to stick with the Sixers after Ben Simmons goes, and he's going to still watch that other team that Ben Simmons goes to too.
Gotcha. It just doesn't benefit the Sixers at all to keep him. Like, I don't know what they're asking for him, but it just doesn't benefit them at all right now. Like, get what you can for him and just move on.
Yeah. I agree. Unk said he tried to go in the Spurs game recently. Tickets are really expensive. Yeah, it's crazy.
For the Spurs?
Even the Spurs. And depending on who you want to go see him play, too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it is crazy how expensive things are getting.
I'm surprised Pop is even coaching still on the Spurs. I thought when his core left, I thought he was going to leave, too, but he's still there.
Yeah. You got to hand that off. Oh, do got to give a shout out though to Becky Hammond for getting the head coaching job of the Vegas Aces.
Yeah,
that's what's up. I was hoping she would make her next move in the NBA, but that's cool. But also another one I wanted to talk about: the Yankees made moves, and they're actually hiring a female manager in their like single A ball. But that's the first time a female manager in professional baseball. So shout out to them for that. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how that goes. But breaking more barriers. Let's see. Okay, we gave Pops. Okay, Pops says Ben is my favorite player, so I'll follow him. But Sixers are my team, and I'll forgive them at some point. At some point.
Pops said, "Forgive but never forget."
Hey, Pops, you have to. Your Georgia Bulldogs won this year, so you gotta win this year. So go ahead, man. You know.
There's a little room for forgiveness in the heart now, right?
You should be in a good mood the rest of the year.
Yeah,
the rest of the year, good moves, good vibes.
Oh man, that's so funny. All right. Also, Anthony Weston says, "Do you think that Ben Simmons will have 10 3-pointers made in his career?" Maybe.
I I think he gonna be. I really think he gonna be a Jason Kidd. Though. I think at the end of his year, I think he will.
I think he'll have he has probably 3 already.
three attempts or 3 made. That's the question.
I think 3 made.
Okay.
I don't know. And Pop says Cowboys are next. That's the
Speaking
next
to existence, Pops. Speak it, man. Speak it.
Yes.
We need this.
Right. Speaking of that, though, let's go ahead and talk about our next segment. Our next segment got kind of taken over. But let's go ahead and keep this thing moving. So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports. So for other sports, you know what I'm saying, there wasn't really too much else. We just had we had to have a little Georgia Bulldog takeover real quick. This segment is going to be all about the game last night. So happy, so excited. You know what I'm saying? It's been definitely a long time coming. The Georgia Bulldogs are the national champions. We got some images of the game last night, but I think my favorite is the Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Saban told him, at that time, he said, y'all whooped our ass in the fourth quarter. And at least he didn't lie about it. He was honest about it. And Kirby Smart was classy. And he actually asked about Jamison Williams as well during that. So, but that was just
even though he didn't really care, but it's classy.
He still has to ask, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the camera's on, man.
Be legit about it. But my moment of the night for sure was Keely Ringo with the pick in the upper right-hand corner. Finally, that was the time where I could finally, feel like it was over with.
Man, it was over before he did that.
it was looking close, but our defense, I was feeling like our defense, there's no way we're gonna give up, a touchdown and an extra point. But
they played great, yeah.
But man. They were so sick. They were lights out all night. But Keely Ringo, especially just because he went here, he played actually with Haps' son at Saguaro. I got to see him play in person, and then for him to pick Georgia, to go through a lot, to get burnt a couple times, and then to come back and make that play, that was dope. And to score a defensive touchdown, that's the trademark of our whole year. Like, our defense was everything, so that's the perfect way to seal it for me. But yeah.
I had 2 moments I like that happened. The first one is the pick, but it was when he caught the pick. How I can't think of your coach's name now.
Kirby Smart.
Smart. How he jumped high like that, and he was go down. He was like, go. He scored a touchdown. He's like, okay. He's like, he scored. And then the other one was the Bulldog. He was so sleepy. You could tell he'd been through a lot that day. He was so tired. He was like trying to, he was standing up. That's how tired he was. He wasn't even laying down. So I felt so bad. I love Bulldogs. So I was like, oh man, let me get some sleep, man. So it was kind of cool saying that.
And that's what Kelly said too. She said, love sleepy Uga, but glad he woke up and they fought hard. Man, and that was the same thing we used to do for my Bulldog Peaches. Like when she would be falling asleep during the game, when you try to be like, no, you can't be falling asleep during the game. You got to wake up. But Uga definitely had a long day. I was glad to see him on the pregame too. So that was super.
They put him on thing. It was he was like, man, I don't want to be up here right now. Like he was just.
You can tell he was a little nervous. He was like, yo, put me on the ground. But that was dope though. Always so cool seeing Uga walking around for sure. And I'm glad he always travels with the team. So, but Strizzy, what did you think though? Were you surprised by the outcome? I know you were kind of saying it was going to be a close one.
Well, throughout the entire game, I was talking to a couple of people, and I just kept saying, all these field goals, I was like, the first person to score the, next touchdown is going to take it. You know what I mean? And because it's field goals are fine, but one touchdown is going to put you ahead, and Georgia scored that first one. So, or the second one, I think, whatever. But, but I just kept thinking, I always liked the team that lost the first time around. You know what I mean? I was saying that the last time we were talking about it. So I really like Georgia's chances. Didn't like how they were the underdog, but not the favorite. But dude, they did their thing, man. They played really, really well. Like you said, defense came to play. That was their thing all year. This team's just going to continue to be super, super good, man. And, they upped their game a little bit on the quarterback, stuff. But aside from that, man, it was a really, really good game, dude. Defensively for sure too.
Yeah, it was dope to watch.
I think it could have been a different game too. A game plan second half. The way the Georgia was doing, on third down, the quarterback he looks, he gonna start running the ball. To me, it should did it and go along with Bryce Young. I think it should have run him a little bit more to kind of third them to come up. But when you're gonna throw the ball every time, it's easy to defend you guys. So they didn't switch it up a little bit. I don't know if he wanted to run a little bit or what, but those dudes were real big too. So I can see he probably didn't want to get hit, but I think the game should have changed up a little bit, especially being in the goal line in the red zone that many times and came out with this field goal. They didn't do enough adjustments, I think. And I think the offensive coordinator, I think they had a better one. I think they could have did better too with that, but the best team won. The defense played lights out, dog. So that's how it goes with that.
Yeah.
Those ends were on him though too. They were on Bryce Young a lot. Like I think a couple of times he tried to, but he had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? And I think the defensive coordinator actually did a really, really good job at keeping Bryce Young contained because, man, he really couldn't get anything going on the ground. You know what I mean? So he had to throw.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that was the biggest difference between the championship game that we lost, or the SEC championship game that we lost, is that, we weren't getting sacks. We weren't getting him. At least we got some hits on him this time. Anthony Weston's Bill O'Brien wasn't very creative on offense, not his best showing. And I kind of agree. Like in the first half, I kind of was like, they're not really like testing.
I thought he was holding back. Yeah, I thought he was holding back.
I was like, I was kind of worried because I was like, okay, at any point they're gonna go over the top or whatever. Like I was kind of waiting for that to happen, but the defense kind of kept it contained and they never got those shots off.
And some people were saying because their receiver got hurt, kind of messed up things, but I don't think so. I think they still could have did some other stuff too. I don't think one player would have did the whole thing. And then they had some drops too, but the best team got it. How many people you guys losing this year, you think? How many people you bring it back, you think? I should say that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think they're going to bring back a lot, but on defense, there's at least like 6 or 7 starters.
That's dope.
But our secondary is kind of young. We have a couple linemen that are going to be going to the draft. Our running backs, we have like 5 running backs, so we might lose one. I think Zamir White is going to go out, and then Cook possibly too. So, so that's some playmakers on offense, but I'm really just interested to see who comes back from the defense too to keep it going. But Nakobe Dean, our middle linebacker, he'll be gone for sure. Jordan Davis will be gone.
He's first round.
Yeah.
What about your quarterback? What is
like 20th, 22nd?
Yeah.
What's your quarterback? Was he a senior?
He still has another year of eligibility, and I think he's probably going to end up coming back because I don't think he has that stock for the NFL.
Yeah. You think your other quarterback can fight for it, or he think?
I think so. I still think that they might have like a more dynamic person out there somewhere to challenge him. But right now, especially with this defense, Stetson Bennett was what we needed, kind of that steady guy, and that was enough to get it done. So we'll see. We might end up seeing him roll again. But the funniest thing is he's been around so long. He's like a super senior. He's like almost 30. So
really,
at least he's calm and composed.
Grown man.
Maybe not almost 30, but he's mid 20s, like, you know what I'm saying? But he's older compared to a lot of these, youngsters that are out there.
And last thing too, I was gonna say that fumble they said he fumbled. I still don't know how that was a fumble though. I didn't get that. Did you think that was a fumble? I think NFL. I don't think they call it. I think they call it
right.
Complete pass.
I think the fact that it was called a fumble originally, they weren't going to change it.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe if it was called a pass, they would have said, okay, it's a pass. But I was not surprised. I kind of thought it was. The more surprising thing to me was the Alabama dude so nonchalantly grabbed the ball and just within a little inch, somehow stayed in bounds. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was really tough.
But if it goes out though, it's still gonna go the same spot though, right? Or no?
No, because he wouldn't have had possession of it, so it would have been our ball, but we would have just been farther back. It wouldn't have been there. We could at least punted it.
Oh, okay.
So at least it wouldn't have been a turnover. It would have just been a fumble that went out of bounds back there. But that was tough. But that's one thing I did love about this Georgia team is like in the past, that's where it would have fell apart for us. Like we would have been giving up that touchdown and been like, dang, we were this close, and oh no, But this team really kept going, and they were like, "Nah, like we're that's not gonna be the end." So that was dope, And even in the past too, some of our teams, after getting beat down in the SEC championship game, might have been like more down on themselves. But I love the way they came back and fought, and they were like, "Nah, we got this. We're not gonna let them do this again." So that's what's up. Some comments really quick though. Anthony West says this was their year to get Alabama. They're very young. Mom's so much fun. This is what it feels like to be national champs. And yeah, we've definitely been waiting for it. I'm like, dang, I'm like so excited. Definitely, I'm not usually like a big get the gear, what I'm saying, with the year on it, but I think I'm gonna at least put a get a shirt, put away.
Oh, you got to, yeah.
I was like, yeah, I gotta get a little something. So Definitely was a great feeling. Oh, Kelly says that's his natural state. Ugly, sleepy, lazy looking.
He was wild, man.
Definitely Jordan Davis, got a lot of love for him. It's so funny, like he's just such a character too. Like he's like a really cool dude. So
I think he got to get in some shape though. You can't get tired like that in the field though, man. You
right. They're gonna definitely whip him into shape a little bit for sure. At the next level, but he did better this game for sure. He wasn't looking as embarrassing as he was the last time. So
yeah.
Anthony West says this will be the same matchup next year. Alabama will be loaded because that team is young. I could definitely see that again. I feel like hopefully, like I'm definitely not taking this championship for granted because we had to wait so long. And who knows? I hope we'll be back again, or I hope at least that we stay up here with the Alabama, with the Clemson, with the Oklahoma, with the Ohio State, those teams that you see in the playoff every year, and we get more opportunities for sure. So we'll see.
I definitely think it's gonna be like Clemson. Maybe 1 year in there. From there on, I saw being up there again. So I think you guys gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to win another championship. You should.
And Bama never wins 2 titles in a row. You know what I'm saying? So they won it last year. So who knows, man? They could be right back next year. Like I said, all those youngsters.
Oh yeah. You know that they're gonna be right back, but I think hopefully this will be like the new rivalry, and Saban, or I'm sorry, Coach Smart, you know what I'm saying, will be like the new Nick Saban, you know what I'm saying, and stay in Georgia for a really long time. So that's what's up. But definitely very, very exciting, a very exciting night. It was funny too in Indianapolis. Yeah, Mom said she's already got it hooked up. But in Indianapolis this morning where the game was played, they said that this morning, like early in the morning, there were Georgia fans out tailgating, making breakfast outside. So it's crazy. The Georgia fans have been waiting a long time, but they're definitely celebrating. And, some of them probably didn't go to sleep last night. They just stayed outside the stadium, which is pretty wild.
Man. Much deserved.
So, but that's what it is. I don't have a schedule for this week because really the big thing is just now NBA, and of course the NFL playoffs coming up this weekend. So that's going to be the end of our slideshow. But anything else you guys wanted to hit on or to talk about as we wrap up this week's show?
I had this or that. I wanted to ask you, since you're a big Georgia, and your mom and them can ask this too. Would you have rather went to the national championship game, or next year be able to hang out with a team like at the practice and stuff like that, and meet the players and stuff like that?
Oh, for me, that's a good question. It's funny though. My cousin was at the game last night. He had great seats.
Dang, really?
He got hooked up. So almost like vicariously that I was there. You know what I'm saying? But it was also dope to be able to see it at home. You know what I'm saying? And watch it kind of with pops and watch it in the man cave and watch it how I always watch it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And be with family. So I would almost say I'd rather go to a practice, like a spring practice and be able to like just hang out and just
hang out with the guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just to pal around. Even though I know that, last night I was like watching and I was like, man, that would have been cool. Like the people that were there and got to steal a little bit of the confetti and that type of stuff. I do know that those would be lifetime memories for them. And even being at your moms and I went to the Rose Bowl together in 2018, we got to that was so dope. And like, even though that wasn't the championship, even though that was just a playoff game, like that feeling was like so crazy. So yeah, it would have been insane to be there. I can't even lie though. I looked at flights and tickets and I was like, I'm out. So yeah, but I think it'd be cool to hang out with the players and stuff like that, just to see what's going on.
And I'm sorry, I ain't trying to make it go long, but I had to ask you. I seen Alabama had a lot of like alumni guys that played there. I was like, dang, I know he played there either. I didn't know Kamara played at Alabama. I didn't know that. But the Georgia, who besides like the older players like Herschel Walker, who's somebody that's like right now who's like good besides the linebacker to Chicago? Who's somebody that's pretty dope that played for Georgia that's playing right now?
Yeah, right now, it'd be Nick Chubb, Sony Michel.
Oh, Nick Chubb, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Matthew Stafford, I mean, technically, even though he's older,
that's true.
AJ Green, but we got Leonard Floyd from the Rams, like the linebacker. He's pretty dope.
Was any of those guys there last night?
No, so the only people that were there last night was there was only a couple people. DeAndre Swift was there.
Oh, okay.
I definitely saw him on the sideline. I saw Aaron Murray, but he, I saw a few. And
I know so many people. He said McCall Hardeman too. I didn't know all these people went to Georgia. Y'all got a lot of people. That's
they
crazy.
do. Like Georgia is one of those teams for sure. They put a lot of people in there.
Sleepers.
And it's funny, like when we're watching the games, Pops and I are watching, like you can pretty much every team has like one Georgia player, except for the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys don't have one, but almost every other team does. Oh yeah, 8 Eyes, Rodrigo Blankenship. He was there. He plays for the Colts. He's the Colts kicker.
Yo, Rodrigo got mad drip. Mad drip. You see him last night? Dude had the J's on, all the Jordans. Like, yo, he was dripping hard.
So Matthew Stafford is the all-time best quarterback to come to Georgia.
Well, unless you want to go way back, like Fran Tarkenton, but
I don't know.
It'd probably be Matthew Stafford, especially for the NFL career.
Right.
Because he played with AJ Green, right?
Yeah, he did. Okay. AJ Green, Matthew Stafford, and Noshawn Moreno were on the same team, and that's when they came to play at ASU. And Anthony Weston asked if we went, and we did. We did go, and actually, my Bulldog Peaches, she came to the tailgate. We bought like a whole section of tickets, so that was a dope one for sure.
I'm sorry, I was all on the act.
Oh yeah, Aaron Murray too. There's a lot though. But Mom said she wanted to go to the game. She said she'd rather be there.
Getting hyped.
Yeah.
But that's crazy how 81 is 40-something years, 41 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, something that it will be that long ago when they said, I'm like, dang, 81? That's a long time, man.
It's crazy because like when you think about how good they've been and how good they are, it's like, dang, it's really been that long. Like that team is really freaking good. You know what I mean? Like, and been good, you know what I'm saying? Just haven't been able to get over that freaking Bama hump.
Because like so the coach that was like all time like a legendary coach that coached there, does he be a part of this too, or like nah, you ain't winning for it, so you
Vince Dooley, they'll take care of him too. He was there last night, which was cool. There's a picture of him and Coach Smart together. But yeah, I think that they'll definitely hook him up too because he is just like a part of the program. Yeah. And you know what? Even Mark Richt, Mark Richt was like the coach for a while, and he kind of helped stabilize Georgia again and bring them back. So even he was there last night. So Georgia's the type of place that when people come through there, they always come back. So it's really cool though. But then we're going the chat's going way back. Quincy Carter, that was the biggest Cowboy to play for Georgia. Quincy Carter. That's why I was so excited when he got the chance to start for the Cowboys until they did that illegal test on him. Champ Bailey for sure.
Champ Bailey went some dogs, man. Dang.
Justin Houston, he's out there right now too. He's still getting sacks. So
you got some Hall of Famers, man. I didn't know all those people went there. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, we got a lot. They put a lot of people into the league, and it's so cool. So that's one thing is like I always root for the Georgia players, like wherever they go.
You definitely do. You definitely do.
So, but that's what's up though. Yeah, definitely a lot. Oh yeah, Roquan Smith. Oh, that's who you were talking about though for the Bears, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets defensive MVP. That dude's dope.
Man,
but we do want to talk about the MVP stuff too. And Marcus, I know you wanted to talk about the if it's going to be like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, but I don't know if you want to talk about it next week or if you want to just say your piece on it right now too.
No, we can wait on that. Okay, we won't know anyway till later, so we got a week to do that. That's
true. So we'll talk about that definitely next week. And I love all the Georgia players in the comments. Definitely keep it coming as we exit this thing. But that was Say Like a Champ episode 124. And yeah, signing off one last time. Oh yeah, Anthony Weston's putting in his vote. We'll talk about this, but he says Joe Burrow for MVP.
Stop it! Don't do that. Stop it.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, and you can't forget about Gurley too. She's out there like I'm like, man, I wish he should have been at the game last night. At least he's paid, but he's just not doing nothing. So
for real,
I forgot all these players, man. This is crazy. I had some people, dog.
Yeah,
because offensively, like they're so balanced every year, so you forget like how many people they've had. Like they're so balanced every year.
I can name 5 that we had. That's it. So we don't have that many people like that, but We try, Texas.
Well, all right then, but yeah, definitely signing off. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate all the comments, all the engagement. We'll be back next week for episode 125 of the Big Show next Tuesday, and we'll do our little secure the bag. We'll do some more playoff breakdowns later this week. But that was episode 124. It's your boy A-Dub
and your boy Strizzy.
Peace out, y'all.
And you say the truth.